What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Friday stream on ThinkableTV Live. This is ThinkableTV Live, and we hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I think I am. I think I'm going to have a good one with you guys today. Listen, we're talking about something that is very topical at the moment. A lot of people are speculating. A lot of people are thinking about what's going to happen with Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4. Now, there's a bunch of things to talk about. One, this October release. Now, it's coming out in about 2 months. Yeah, no, July, August. So, yeah, 2 months. About 2.5 months now. Super excited for it. It feels like it's like super early in the release, and a beta hasn't even been out yet. No beta has really been out yet. As far as I know, no public beta, and usually they bring those out right when it happens, or maybe like a month before it happens. So we could be expecting one in September, which would be really cool because my birthday is in September. It'd be nice to kind of celebrate it with a bit of Black Ops 4 and to kind of give you guys some insight on it as well. I'm also going to be recording a ton of footage to use later on. But let's talk about that, though. Black Ops 4, a really, really different game from Black Ops 3. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't. It's a tricky slope that we have to run down with these games, especially in the Call of Duty franchise. Either you want something, either you're totally with something, or you totally hate something. And there's no in between. You're never being able to say, well, I like the whole jumping thing, but I also, don't like the fact that I can't be boots on the ground the whole time. That was the big one with Black Ops 4. Give me one moment here. But let's dive a little deeper into that. Black Ops 4, boots on the ground, except for one character, and what is that about, really? I mean, are people loving it? Are people hating it? Is it difficult to talk about? I don't know. I personally think that it's on my side of things. I'm a really big fan of Black Ops 2. That's actually one of my favorite Call of Duties, besides obviously, Modern Warfare and besides World at War. I mean, that game was definitely a huge staple for me in the Call of Duty franchise. So I loved it. I loved the boots on the ground type feel. I think that was great. The weapons were amazing. The maps were really great and really I could play all day on the stock maps. That's how good they were. The DLC maps obviously were icing on the cake for me. But the stock maps were amazing. Boots on the ground is a big one, and it had the beautiful mix of having a futuristic game with classic style Call of Duty gameplay, which honestly I loved a lot. So let's get your guys' thoughts on it, man. Let us know what you guys are feeling with Black Ops 4. Also, with its battle royale, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be literally insane. But honestly, I don't know. We're gonna have to see where it goes. We really will, and it's great because these damn servers are still insanely popular. My class isn't the greatest. Alright, guys, so let's calm down. Have all these damn extra things. There you go. But listen, guys, your opinion matters here on ThinkableTV Live. Let us know exactly how your guys' take is on all this, because think about it, it's definitely going to be a really huge thing for Call of Duty, having a battle royale. And also, fun fact, if people didn't even know this, which I think is pretty crazy, is that they've tested the theory of a battle royale scene in Call of Duty in a game called Call of Duty Online, which is I believe a only China-based game. You can only get it in China. There are workarounds. You could somehow, some way, get it on the in the US, but it's definitely very laggy because it's all Chinese servers, and people playing from the US on Chinese servers are ass. But it did end up being a little DLC thing for Call of Duty Online, which I think you guys should definitely check out. If you ever want to check out some actual really decent gameplay on it, I recommend you checking out a guy named Merk Music, so MERK Music. He's an amazing channel, and he does a lot of in-depth stuff with Call of Duty. A lot of my news and things that I get are from those channels, also from other various sources online and news outlets and whatnot. But he kind of broke it down because he felt that it was coming. You know what I mean? And also, I mean, it's bound to happen. With games like Fortnite, with games. I'm gonna put this volume on. I'm gonna mess up my train of thought. With games like Fortnite and with games like PUBG, it definitely makes it pretty prominent that, hey, there's going to be more Battle Royale, and we're going to see a lot of it. Is that something that we should hate? Is that something that we should be upset about? I don't think so. Honestly, personally, I think Battle Royale should remain on certain games. Having to mix having to mix, two different franchises, two different types of games with one another is honestly very different and very difficult to probably do. So it's a tricky slope. It really is. We got Julian in the stream. What's going on, man? He says, I feel like Battle Royale is going to be it seems weird, but I got to wait till it comes out before I start judging it. And that's a huge thing that a lot of people aren't doing nowadays, man. And that's with any game that's been coming out recently. Any kind of speculation about the Halo game, Halo Infinite, Red Dead Redemption, things like that. Everyone's asking those key questions about is there going to be a Battle Royale sense in these games? Now, the only franchise that has said anything about this from the rumors is Halo. 343 Industries had their a community manager go out and say that the only BR we're worried about is the battle royale, is the battle rifle, which is such a funny reference. If people are hardcore Halo fans, they know what a BR means. It means battle rifle, not battle royale, but battle rifle. So it's really cool to see the Halo, and it's great because he's kind of bringing up that point. It's not necessary to make a great game nowadays, even though it is showing somehow prominent that, wow, it's getting there. These numbers are meaning something. Fortnite and Epic Games and even PUBG, for example, were making millions and millions and almost billions of dollars on that industry, on focusing on that industry. So when the game developers see that, they're seeing, wow, Epic Games and all these other guys, they got it under control. What if we took that and made it our own? And it turns out to be a flop. I mean, there's a lot of copycats out there that are trying to do it, and some are trying to do a little differently. I know there's this one Battle Royale type game that's focusing more on like medieval stuff, which I think is actually pretty interesting. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. Oh, I can't break that. There it goes. So I'm really excited to see how that really plays out. So far, it's been pretty good, positive feedback on that game. But, I mean, Halo was so great about it. I personally think that, if you're going to make a Battle Royale game, oh, Jesus, that's a lot of people. Stick to it. You know what I mean? Stick to that kind of feel. And don't make it to where it's like a game mode on your game already. People were also speculating that Battlefield 5 was going to have it. Thank God it didn't. I personally would not have agreed with that. I think that's a bit overkill, especially, you guys, we talked about this on my Battlefield stream, which I definitely think you guys should look at. I put a lot of insight about how I feel about, the changes in the Battlefield industry and the changes in the Battlefield franchise as a whole, and kind of gave my insight on that. And I definitely think you guys should check that out. I think personally, I said a lot of things that I really wanted to say in the beginning that probably would have never been accepted to say. And there are YouTubers out there that are saying what I was saying. And I mean, is it necessary to have these things? Is it necessary to have a female lead character in a World War II based game? Is that something that's necessary? And I asked those questions. I did, and you guys answered, and you guys put your insight, which is I'm always excited to see that. You guys is putting your guys' your input on that. It's always a big thing for me. I'm going to read those chats in just a moment, but I wanted to say this. Personally, I'm going to buy the game. I'm going to buy all the games. I'm going to buy Battlefield 5. I'm buying Black Ops 4. I'm buying Red Dead Redemption. These AAA titles that everyone's looking forward to seeing, I'm buying them not only for YouTube, but for Twitch as well, because that's where I'm going to mostly stream them at. So it's definitely going to be somewhere. You guys are going to definitely see it and see my intake on it. We were talking about, remember when we were talking about Battlefield 5, and I was like, you know what, guys, fuck it. I'm going to check out some gameplay. I'm going to see what, what's showing on there, what are people's thoughts on it, and kind of go off of that. Oh, Jesus, how'd I get that guy? Oh, my gosh, I was doing pretty good. Oh, nice. Let me put this out. Nothing? Is that going to hit anybody? Oh, that's trash. UAV. But yeah, it's definitely, it's going to have to be something we're going to have to check out once it happens. But let me know your guys' take on it, man. I want to know. Let people know that we're live right now, too. It's always great to see your guys' love and support on not only Red 5 Live, but on ThinkableTV Live. I think I think it's such a great thing. I really do. I love being able to kind of see you guys show the love and as much as you can. My little boy's killing it, man. What's going on? I got a burp. Excuse me. Star Wars Center's in here. Battle Royale seems out of place for the COD franchise. I think so too. I do as well, but it's still interesting to see it because let's think about this. Okay, so we have PUBG. And now I'm only talking about the staples. I'm not talking about the little bit, the little ones in the background that are just being developed now. I'm talking about the staples, okay? So let's look at PUBG. Okay, PUBG is if you took GTA and just made it super realistic with the guns. I feel like that's how it is. In the terms of engine, in the terms of overall movement as a character, all that. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? It's definitely that type of game. Super realistic, super crazy, and it's a really great game. I personally like PUBG. Fortnite, you have the total opposite of that. You have fun, exciting, cartoonish gameplay that can be addicting for hours on end. Right, and that's something that's great too. I don't hate that game either. You guys see me play that game all the time on stream, not because for the views, but just genuinely because I like that game. Hold on, this guy here. He's just jumping around. I'm gonna rush him. Hi. Damn. So I mean, we got those two games, very different from one another. Taking Call of Duty. Everybody knows how Call of Duty plays, especially if it's a Black Ops 4 game or a Black Ops game in general. You kind of have a digestive idea of how it's going to play without, obviously without without that. So, then it comes to question, how is it going to work? How is it going to look? How is it going to feel? From what we've known so far, what they have told us so far is that the Call of Duty is bringing the Battle Royale scene to a whole new level. They're saying that they're basically remaking what you think Battle Royale is. That's pretty exciting to think about. They're also saying that it's going to be combining all the maps. And this is what they said, I believe, and this is something that I have to kind of look back into my research on. And they said that it's combining all the maps from all the Black Ops games. How would that work? That's pretty interesting. It's all the Black Ops games. So we have Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Showing iconic moments in those games. I believe it's also showing other Call of Duties as well. Here and there, sprinkling a couple of them. And it's a huge map, and it's combining all the maps together as if they're like certain areas of the map. It's like huge. But there's like certain areas that are like, this is like the snow area. This is like the jungle area. This is like the big ass tower area. This is a huge plain field area. That's how they're visioning it at. It's kind of like, okay, so Fortnite, if you guys know Fortnite, you know how they have now the season 5, they have the golf course, and then they have like the desert area, and now they have, that's basically it. They have like those super dramatic changes in environment. I got second place. And so, in that sense, I think that's actually one of the more innovative things, because you're doing something that is honestly very different. I think that's very different, combining all your maps together, especially a game like Call of Duty, or even if, this would have been crazy, but if they did something like this with Halo, imagine them combining all their maps from all previous Halos, not all of them, but, the key ones, the iconic ones, and bringing those into a game, into a huge-ass Battle Royale. That sounds actually pretty interesting. Although, like I said, I don't like the mix between Battle Royale and having to do with these AAA titles, like Call of Duty, for example. I think Halo's doing the right thing with just kind of sticking with their guns. You know what I mean? They like, you know what I mean? They like BRs, battle rifles, not Battle Royales, which I think is really great. They should continue to move in that path. It's going to be interesting. It really is. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Let people know that we're live. Please do. Please shout us out on your Instagram. Shout us out on your Twitter, on your Yahoo Messenger. Let people know that we're live right now. It's always a great way. But yeah, guys. Honestly, it's interesting. It is. It really is. Black Ops 4. Besides all the Battle Royale stuff. Oh, Nuketown. Besides all the Battle Royale stuff, let's talk about gameplay. Let's talk about what they have to offer now. From what I've heard in the press conference and all that, You know, they're saying that it's definitely going to be something very different in a way. You know, also what's crazy, I don't know why they called it Black Ops 4 when it's taking place between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. It should just be called something else. Black Ops something something, not Black Ops 4. Personally, that's my preference, but it is what it is. Yeah, so that's personally my preference. I wouldn't have called it Black Ops 4. I don't know if they're. I believe that they cut the campaign out as well, but I want to be sure to kind of see where that's going. Alex says, to be honest, won't be buying Black Ops 4, and honestly, I don't think I would have either. And that's the crazy thing. I don't think I would have bought it either. The only reason I'm buying it is because of what I do, what my job is. I stream, I play games, people want to see the newest games. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have even bought it. I probably wouldn't even be buying Battlefield 5. But it is what it is. Now, that being said, I probably will. That's the thing. It's like, at the end of the day, you want to stay current. And that's what a lot of people are having that struggle in. Is we haven't had a AAA game come out in a while, and it feels like a while, but technically it's only been maybe less than a year, maybe a year tops. So people are having that pain of like, oh shit, I haven't played a new game in forever. I might as well just buy this new one that's probably gonna be very crappy. Oh, I got that guy. But that's the I guess the payoff with these games now. You know, people having to feel like, oh man, am I taking a risk with buying this game? I don't like playing with this huge ass rifle. I gotta put a extended mag on this thing. He lagged his way out. Damn. What the? Who killed him? So I'm eating right now, guys. Give me a second. Damn, out of ammo. I gotta grab everything. Sorry. Ah, damn, you got the shotgun out. I was eating there, guys. And I like Call of Duty. I really do. That's honestly, it's got to be one of my favorite. Obviously, you know, it's something I grew up playing as a kid. And I'm going to continue to grow up playing even now till I'm older. And it's a fun game. It really is. It's definitely a fun, exciting game. They're always doing different things with it, man. Even if it doesn't seem like they are. I'm not going to get much here. Damn. Oh, that's a bad guy. What? Whoo, that was close. I was going to be upset if I didn't get that one. Why am I not jumping? Oh, hi. Get him, little buddy. Yes, he got him. I like it. But yeah, no, it's definitely a struggle to be able to stay relevant within all of this, man. The only game that I think I might be genuinely excited for to play is I gotta reload. Is Red Dead Redemption. That to me seems like a very interesting game. Have not played Red Dead in forever. I definitely have to jump back in, you know, whenever I have the chance to. That's gonna get him. I think. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. Oh. That's the one game I'm definitely excited for, man. Red Dead Redemption. It's always been a favorite game of mine. I used to play that all. That's pretty much the game that me, Nate, and Edgar had bonded over. Like playing Xbox 360 back in the day was that game. And then the Zombies DLC came out. It's so great, you know, Rockstar and those guys. They know how to keep it serious while at the same time being able to express how silly their franchise is and their company is. Because they have done some crazy stuff with their DLC while at the same time definitely keeping it really, really relevant and really fun and refreshing as well. That's a big thing. If an industry can keep their game alive for as many years as they did, and then bring it back, and then people still play and their servers are still popping to this day, it makes a difference. It really does. Look at games like sadly look at games like Halo, the Master Chief Collection. That's definitely one of those games that just didn't make it. You know what I mean? It was a horrible launch, horrible servers. You know, it was just a shitty situation all around. And then they ended up paying the price for it. But as long as you're able to take care of your game, take care of your servers, you know what I mean, satisfy the community as a whole, you know, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And Rockstar is definitely doing that now. They recently came out with an update on GTA 5, which is their Ballad of Gay Tony. I think that's actually really, really interesting, and I'm really excited to see what they do with that. I really fell off of GTA, mainly because it got to a point where everything became really expensive, and I just wasn't up for trying to grind for all that crap. Like, it's personally how I saw it. I just wasn't there for that. And so, but I know other people are for sure. Oh, you got him. But I know other people are for sure. I mean, I've met guys that have got millions upon millions of dollars in that game, and I just can't do it. I cannot hold up to that. But I think with Red Dead, I know they do have a currency system. From what I've known, you get, when you pre-order the game, you get a certain amount of money when you start, which is pretty helpful. I definitely have to do that when I have the chance. Oof! Did I get that? I didn't get that. Damn, that's tough. That is tough. Whoa, we just got a subscriber. Thank you so much, Benjamin Sabokski. Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate that, dude. And welcome to the stream if you're watching. We appreciate you hanging out with us on ThinkableTV Live. It's always a great time to see new subscribers, man. Look at that. First place, guys. I wasn't really eating all that. Oh, 29 to 10. I was eating. The other guy, 30 and 5, he was killing it. He was killing it. Fugitive. Oh, my God, Fugitive. Look at you using Man of War. Listen, man. I don't really broaden out my spectrum on Black Ops, especially Black Ops 3. When I remember, this is the same guy I've kept forever, because I kind of fell off of Black Ops and then I came back on not too long ago. But yeah, it's like I played the game and I was really only into just like being fast, being a fast shooter, and not doing all that crazy shit with these other guys. I only just got him and upgraded him and worked on him. And so that's kind of how I am. I think personally, I think it's kind of my fault. I think I'm the kind of gamer that doesn't really necessarily care about the insane amount of upgrades and the insane amount of different characters you can play as. I just worry about, can my guy shoot? Can my guy kill? That's all I care about. Do you think COD is past its prime? That's actually a really, really good question. Is COD past its prime? I'm going to say no, and let me tell you why. Everybody that is a fan of video games at some point in their life played Call of Duty. Okay? And so you can have people from a wide range of gamers. You can have people playing since Call of Duty 3, right? And you can have people that just started on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So it comes to that point where there's so many different ways they could go about doing COD, which is so amazing, because back in the day, obviously, you know, they were very head on about doing World War II. We're going way back. We're saying like Call of Duty 2, 1, you know, Red and all that stuff. All focus on World War II, right? I believe the people that were playing those games were thinking in their heads, there's never going to be a point where they're going to go past this. There's never going to be a point where they're going to go past World War II. And then Modern Warfare came out. And then Modern Warfare 2 came out. Black Ops came out. Modern Warfare 3. These games lined it up because they wanted to build off of the Call of Duty franchise of it being a game about war. That's what it came about. That's when it changed from just World War II games to a game of just a full-out war and mayhem and destruction and action. So that's what it became. Now they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve still, and that's what actually a lot of people don't notice. They think that once they announced that Battle Royale was becoming a thing in Black Ops, everyone assumed, oh, they fell off. They're washed. In reality, they're not, because they could pull out a bunch of other series in their pocket. They can continue to evolve this. They can go back to World War II. They can go to these things. Why do you think they went back to World War II? Not to compete with Battlefield, but to compete with themselves. They wanted to do something different. And so I think that Call of Duty is definitely not past its prime. I think when it does become past its prime is when you start to see it. When you start to see, you know, their not mental state, but you know what I mean? Like their ability to not create and be innovative goes away. And that's what it's about. Alex says they need a Middle East COD. Like a Modern Warfare COD? Like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1 COD, where they were fighting in the Middle East? Maybe. Maybe. And that's a big maybe. Because nowadays, and I think this has to do with the world and society that we're in, we don't really want to talk about the present. You know, North Korea COD, that's actually really interesting as well. We don't want to talk about the present. We don't. We don't want to talk about what's going on right now in the world. So a lot of the games nowadays are becoming games like this, futuristic. You know, Black Ops 4, you know, or going in the past. Is either going super far in the future or super back in the past. That are your two options right now as an industry in gaming. Nobody wants to talk about what's happening now. Nobody wants to talk about fighting in Syria. No one wants to talk about all that crazy shit, because it's video games and gaming and art, you know, just genuine art and music and all that are ways to escape reality. So to create a game based off the Middle East, which they did back then, don't get me wrong, Modern Warfare 1 came out around the time the war was happening in Afghanistan. And then it stopped. And then they did that one. And then they did sorry, excuse me, I'm falling off. Then they did a freaking Modern Warfare 2. Okay, which then it was like, it was just talking about the Russians. I'm hitting this guy. Oh Jesus. Oh my gosh. Then they talked about the Russians. And then Ghost came out, and it was just about the future, about how the US got split up into these different factions and all that, which interesting. I mean, that's how it became. Then it became futuristic. So they did it one time, and it was like one of the most successful Call of Duties in their franchise, and then it fell off because they felt that it was hitting too much to home. So that's what you have now. You have games like Black Ops 4 and Battle Royale games even to kind of get you out of that. When they remastered Modern Warfare, you know, they remastered that. Oh, I just stuck someone. They're gone. I didn't kill. Oh, I killed 2 people. Okay. They remastered Modern Warfare, right? And it was great. And then they started coming out with the DLCs for it. Oh, what the hell? Then they started coming out with the DLCs for it. And what do the DLCs contend? Crazy futuristic skins, guns that just aren't real. You know what I mean? Things like that. They came out with this stuff that just, it wasn't the same, because they didn't want to hit too much on home, dude. That's just how it is. But I know that, you know, the COD franchise has a lot of tricks up their sleeve, have a lot of, you know what's great about them too is that which is kind of like the shortcomings of, let's say, the Halo franchise. They were able to kind of span out and not have to like only talk with Treyarch, not only have to, you know what I mean? It was, they got to work with Activision. They worked with different companies to create their games. Infinity War, you know, things like that. They came out with they brought companies in and recruited companies in order to make this game, which brought new and innovative ideas to the table. Now, the real question is Call of Duty Black Ops 4 innovative and different? And a quick answer to that, no, it's not. It's not new and it's not innovative. But is that technically a bad thing? You know, some people say that sometimes you want to go to the past just to be a little more comfortable, or you want to do things that make you more comfortable in this world. And that's what I think that they chose. They chose a side or a realm of gaming, a realm of their franchise that became very successful, that made them a lot of money, and they think it can make them a lot of money again. So they decided to just put on the 4 logo on there, and that's what they did. Now, is that necessarily bad? I don't personally think so. I think that that's smart on a business scale, and for them to add Battle Royale, it's another very interesting thing. and people are gonna buy it just to experience that. You know what I mean? But it is based off of how do they deliver. You know, how well do they keep up with the servers? How well do they take care of their game? That's the main question. So it's definitely a slippery slope. It really is. Call of Duty has always been on a slippery slope ever since, I want to say ever since maybe Black Ops 3. I personally feel it was Black Ops 3 is what did it. This game that we're playing right now, it was one of the first, no, excuse me, Advanced Warfare. I'm going to be real. No, we're going backwards. A Call of Duty Ghost is when you start to see that questioning in themselves as companies. You know, Infinity War and all of them, they start to question, you know what I mean? Is this what we want to do? Is this where we want to go? And how far do we take it? But it is interesting. It really is. I am personally, I'm not a pessimistic guy. I try not to be, especially with video games. If I like a franchise, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. But that's what I did, and you know what? I've been shot down. You know, I know a lot of Call of Duty fans have been. If you guys are Call of Duty fans, let us know. You know what I mean? Remember playing Ghost for the first time. Remember playing Advanced Warfare for the first time. Remember playing Infinite Warfare, excuse me. Remember playing those games and seeing how let down you were. It's possible. It's possible to be let down. But at the same time, it's very possible for them to thrive, for them to excel, to get better, to expand their mindset in this franchise that they're working in so hard. Going back to what I was saying about the different companies, they are definitely in that same mindset. And Halo 343 Industries is also in that mindset. They partnered up with another developer to work on Halo, which is something that has not been done ever. Bill, back then they were actually working on it when they were doing Halo Online. Before it got shut down, they were working with Russian developers. But then it stopped. It fell off. I definitely agree with you that Black Ops 4 is playing it safe from a business standpoint. It really is, and it's gonna make them a shit ton of money. A shit ton of money. And I think that's a part of me where it's like, how can you not be happy, but at the same time, how can you be happy? You know, I've studied the gaming industry and the industry for years now. You know, I've been doing this sort of thing for a very long time, and seeing the amount of growth that the franchise, and that any franchise that kind of goes down this path, is taking. And then once they do this, they gain the well, that's pretty cool looking. They kind of gain the confidence to want to do something even crazier or different, which is what I'm looking forward to. Personally, I think that's what I'm looking forward to. They're going to do Black Ops 4, and it's going to be the catalyst that starts everything else, that builds off of everything else. Because that's what it's all about, I think. I mean, imagine, or think about this. Think about Halo 5. Okay? I don't know if any of you are Halo fans, but Halo 5 was basically a Halo 4 on steroids. You know what I mean? They had the rep packs. They had all this crazy shit. You know, the thrusters and all that got super redefined and reimagined and all that, which is great. I think that's actually really interesting. But they played it safe. But then now, after Halo 5, they spent years on the low, and then they came out with the trailer for E3. Something totally different. The art style is totally different. The engine is totally different. The gameplay, possibly totally different. And I think that's what this is for Call of Duty. I think so. Alex says, I wish some of these companies would take a risk, try something crazy and new, be noticed. That's true. And I think that the mindset that they have right now is saying, we are already noticed. We are already on that pedestal. It's so they're comfortable. You know, they're comfortable eating out of the cake that they've worked so hard to create over the years. Is that wrong of them? Is that bad? Yes and no. Yes and no. It definitely is a fine line that you have to cross to whether you want to be innovative and different and make the risk and lose a lot of money, like let's say Battlefield 5. You know what I mean? Look at Battlefield 5, guys. people, the amount of dislikes on that video, and it's not because they're just being trolls. Read the comments on that video, on that trailer. A lot of people had a lot of valid arguments when it came to that game. Think about that. Call of Duty and Treyarch and whoever's developing Black Ops 4, I believe is Treyarch, they saw that. And they were like, fuck no, we're not doing that. They probably had some insight. They probably had guys in the inside saying, hey, they're making a World War II game that's it's going to be, you know, female fighters and it's going to be crazy, different. They're going to get shit on. Possibly. They probably knew that from the get-go. And so they got that intel. Excuse me. They got that intel probably. And they were like, listen, we're going to have to just go all in, you know, fucking nuts, balls deep, and just, you know, make sure that we keep our game safe and innovative as much as we can, and add a battle royale because that's what's making the money. I personally think that's how the meeting went. You know what I mean? And for people to say that that's not wise or not smart, obviously don't know their business. Alex said, take Star Wars for example. Force Awakens played it safe, and people's reaction to it was meh. They took a huge risk with Solo, and people loved it. Huh. What do you mean by huge risk with Solo? And that's actually a really, really cool conversation to have. You should get on Xbox. Cause I want to get on Xbox just to get in the party. Oh, this guy freaking teleported. What is he? Tracer? He still got slapped. Think about Star Wars, for example. Everybody's taking these steps. Everybody is taking these precautionary steps to make them money. And they, like you said, they did that with Force Awakens. They played the same plot. They did an Episode 4 plot. You know, destroyed a really big thing that's trying to kill everybody, and then go home and win. Right? But then think about The Last Jedi. Things have to happen in order for things to get better. That's my mindset in life in general. You know, you have to go through a certain change in your life in order to say that I want to change. I want to be a different person. I want to be a better person. I want to do this differently. I want to stop smoking. I want to stop drinking. I want to, you know what I mean? Something has to happen in your life that's like makes you want to turn your life 180, right? And the same goes with the business industry. The same goes with what they're doing in movies. The same goes with what they're doing in gaming and in music even, especially in the music industry. If you guys know, I'm in a band. I work in music. I work with producers. I work with a ton of people that are as like-minded as I am, or as even, you know, trying to be innovative altogether. We see this change. We see this pattern in change. Am I supposed to be upset at it? No, I can't. Because people have to make their money. People have to work in their investments. Because there's people out there that told them, hey, if you don't do this, you know, you're going to lose a lot of money. And that's what it's about. Alex says, I wish I could. I'm out of town. Oh, damn, dude. If only, if only. Next time. You got to hop on with me, dude. Just to talk. But that's what's happening. And that's the mode of it. And they did that with The Last Jedi. They did something totally different. And just slapped in the face of Star Wars fans, but in the best way possible. It had a really good rating. At first it didn't, but it had a really good rating afterwards. And then they decided Solo's got to be totally different because they don't have a risk of losing a franchise, which is something that, which is something that is actually very interesting. You know, they saw Solo as like a standalone film. And so with a standalone film, or let's say even a standalone game, like the first game ever made out of a franchise, like, I don't know, what's the new game that's coming out right now in E3 that got announced that is like new and refreshing? Let me know in the chat if you guys know. Alex says, have you taken any big risk in your own life that, have you taken any big risks in your own life that have changed you? Yes. Tremendously big changes in my life. You know, becoming an artist is a very, very big thing in my life that has been going on for the span now of 5 years. You know, being just a regular old Joe, you know, as a basically a kid, you know what I mean, and meeting Tirso and him changing my life forever. You know, us changing our lives forever and working in what we do now. It's a huge change. It was a huge risk as well. But I think it paid out at the end. You know what I mean? I'm doing tours, I'm doing shows, I'm doing interviews, I'm, you know, making money. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. Those risks are the things that will ultimately make you a better person and make you a better artist or make you a better entertainer in a way. Another big risk Leaving all Star Wars. Think about that for a second, guys. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We're on, we're on Thinkable TV. I can say whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's me and Alex's channel. We can say what the fuck we want. Leaving all Star Wars. I'll be real with y'all. Craziest and hardest decision I've ever had to make. Obviously, I saw a lot of good things that could come out of it, but at the same time, I saw a lot of bad things that can come out of it. And guys, I know the OGs are in here. I know Julian's in here. And Alec, we didn't start talking. We started talking like way after I left. So I mean, only Julian really knows the amount of slack I got for it. The amount of hate I got for leaving all Star Wars, for leaving that. And people would DM me. I would never show the DMs because I never wanted to out anyone. But I would get DMs from people saying that I used them, that I manipulated them, that I took an advantage of those people in order to gain my success. Well, at the end of the day, I was playing it like a businessman. I knew where I would be at the end of the day. I knew that I had a backup plan, and I was going to work on my backup plan as long as I could until the day that I had to switch to my backup plan. And Twitch was my backup plan. You were a part of All Star Wars? Yes. I was a part of All Star Wars, and that was what it was. It was, hey, Edgar's here. What's up, man? Oh. Can you give me one? Please? I appreciate it. I decided not to use a condom. Now I'm a dad. Exactly. See, me and Alec, we were both a part of it. I got screwed. Miguel left and took a lot of hate. I took a lot of hate. I definitely did. Thank you so much, buddy. Cantina Star Wars as well. Everybody in the background. But that was what it was. It was a very big risk. I got a lot of hate for it, man. I'm gonna tell you for real. A lot of hate from people. And at the end of the day, the OG stayed. Julian stayed, man. Like people like that. Julian stayed. Freaking, I kind of got to see who my real friends were. Alec is obviously one of the closest guys I have in the community, and even in real life now. You know what I mean? He's definitely an amazing guy that I couldn't see myself working with anyone else, and I told him that. Are you taking shit? Are you taking shit, dude? I'm a part of ASW Network, kinda. Yeah, some people are. Some people still rock with them. You know what I mean? At that point, my reason. I'm not gonna talk about the reasons for leaving and all that shit because it's all dead now. But I'm just gonna talk about the experience afterwards and the change that I had to make. I left ASW Network, got a lot of shit for it. Went on Twitch. People were on my Twitch just ramming my chat all the time, spamming my chat, spamming me. Then that passed. I got through that storm. I became an affiliate within 2 months. I became partnered with Twitch in 2 months. I was making money on Twitch. I was working and streaming every day is what you see now. I moved into an apartment. I got to be able to do the things that I want to do in my life because I had to make that change. And I think that is what's happening right now in the gaming industry. And I think the only people that are doing it wrong right now are Battlefield or EA. I think they're the only ones that are not getting that. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. They're the only ones that aren't getting it. And that's what's crazy. At some point, someone pretended to be me and gave you a ton of hate. Some BS. Exactly. I mean, we've had people. It's crazy. It was a lot of crazy shit. But you know what? At the end of the day, there was that light at the tunnel. And this is what I was telling. I guess I'll be a little deep with y'all for a little bit. I was telling Kyla this yesterday. I was hanging out with her. We went to get Chinese food. And she was telling me that she was stressing with school. And I'm not going to go into details with it. But she was stressing with school. And I had this moment. And I told her this thing that came out of me. And I said that in life, we are just stuck in a tunnel. Right? When we start, we're stuck in this tunnel. And there's this very, very faint of light in the distance. And you don't see it for a while because it's so dark and it's so long and it's so big that you don't see that light yet until you get a little closer to it. Once you start seeing that light and once I started seeing that glimpse of hope that I can do something more with my life than be with ASW Network, than do all that crazy shit, I bolted to it. I ran with it. I just started going. I started moving and moving and moving as fast as I could. and now I'm here with Thinkable TV, and this is honestly one of my. This is me. I think honestly, personally, I think this is me and Alex's, Alex, like one of our greatest accomplishments besides doing his stuff in Canada. I mean, he's done a crazy shit amount of work. Like I cannot even. Like this is probably it's probably a big deal for him to do this for Thinkable TV and to run a company with together, but I can only imagine like how proud he is of this and how proud I am of this, and to get to this point and to work with Twitch and to do some crazy stuff later on, and the shift of a certain account, things like that. It's super innovative, it's super different, and we're super changing the game. So that's what it's all about. I'm gonna read some comments here. The dude who always talks shit on his stream acting as you count. Yeah. Yes, Julian, I think you sent a message on IG telling me to back off. Yes, exactly, because we thought it was him. We didn't know. Didn't know it was, yeah, exactly. We didn't know, and that's how fucking absurd all that shit was. It really was crazy. It really was, man. But you know what? I'm really happy. I really am, guys. I'm genuinely satisfied with what I'm doing now. I stream pretty much every day now, besides Saturday and Sunday. Those are my family days and my band days, or travel days. But I do this every day now. Ah, shit, I died. I do this. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. But I do, and I have fun doing it every time. There are days where I fall off, and you guys know that. Julian especially, he's always on my ass, or even Noah and all those guys. They're always on my ass about it, which I'm so thankful for. You guys are my rock, really. Like, and I don't really think I need to express this to any of the viewers that watch the stream, like the OGs and shit. You guys are like my rock, like on some real shit. You guys have been my rock on Red 5 Live. No, you guys are my rock on ASW Network. You guys are my rock on Red 5 Live on Twitch. And you guys are my rock now on Thinkable TV Live. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm super honored to be a part of any of this community shit. Even if you guys are just a bunch of weebos and memes and fucking losers like I am, it's all that matters. For those of you in this chat, you should check out Miguel's band on iTunes. That as well. I mean, shit. We don't plug. We Are Generation. Just Google the name on Google. You'll be able to find pretty much everything you need to find on me. Which is actually pretty funny. I started realizing I can just Google my fucking band name and I'm everywhere. But yeah, you guys are my rock, man, and I always appreciate you. The movie department, you guys, honestly, you are killing it. You are killing the game right now, and I am so I brag about y'all. I really do. Whenever I'm out working, whenever I'm out doing my own thing with the band or out traveling, or at like parties and stuff, I always talk about what my job is. My job is I'm a entertainment manager for a YouTube company, for a YouTube channel. And so I always talk about you guys and what you guys do for the channel, and how I'm just sitting back watching, these young bloods necessarily, these young bloods do work. And it's always inspiring. It really is. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, then Miguel was like, if this dude come back, I'ma block him. And then 50 more fake accounts came out of nowhere. Yeah, that was the crazy shit, dude. It was just an endless amount of trolls, but the people that stuck with it and stuck with me really were there for it all, Really were. I don't know where I'm going at this point. I'm just running. That's a big guy. That says after the wake up call meeting, we've been doing great, and I think so too. And that's what. And you know what's crazy? And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like after I did that, okay. First off, insight. I had a lot of people over at my house when I did that meeting. A lot of like friends and stuff were over here. They were hanging out, having drinks and stuff. And I was in the room, closed the door, locked it, and we did the meeting. And you guys obviously knew. You can hear how upset I was. I was, I guess I was yelling, verbally upset. Verbally upset for sure. Damn, I don't know what I walked into. And you guys saw that. And you know what's crazy? I walked out of the door and everyone just looked at me. Because they've never heard me be that angry before. I don't like being that angry. But you know what? That's the thing. Is that no one was that angry with me. No one. No one was ever that hard to me. And I'm serious. I've been, like I told you guys in that meeting, for 4 years I was doing it by myself. So the only person that was hard was me. Get the fuck off your... What? I'm gonna show that. Miguel, get the fuck off your ass, dudes. No, I mean, basically, I was very hard. But nobody was hard on me like that. And I think that if I had someone like that on my corner, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know where I would be at if I had someone like that. But I think the only person that was able to do that for me was me back then. Because, you know, when you're basically fresh meat, no one knows who the fuck you are. No one knows your name. You know, you might join a couple Discord servers or communities here and there, but they don't really know who you are. But I was really, I obviously it was a hard time, but I was really honored to be able to do that for you guys, and it's great to be able to see that you guys really took that into consideration and put that in your hearts and was like, you know what, man, you know, let's get to work. And so when you guys put your heads together, man, there's this endless amount of possibilities of what you can do as entertainers. Honestly. And y'all showed that. Y'all showed that last week. You really did. Y'all stepped up last week. And I was like, yes. This guys. Y'all really did step up last week. And then another video came out. Y'all did another video also. Again, someone just improvised the video out of nowhere. I was like, damn. That's crazy. Oh, grenade kill. Star Wars says, we needed it. I'm thankful for it. Thank you, man. It is. Look at this. Look at that corner. Just swipe. Oh, right in the feet. He didn't even know it was coming. Boom. Alex says, I gotta hop off. My nephew is having a birthday dinner. Hey, tell you Nephi, I said hello from Red 5 Live. Probably gonna be back on in an hour. So the streams are gonna be an hour long. We're at about 15 minutes now, so we have about 10 minutes before we shut them off. So I don't want that was the thing about these streams. I don't think they should be long unless we're doing something big, like a charity stream or something, or giveaway stream. I think that these streams should be definitely shorter and like an hour long, so that people can look back at them and watch them or whatever, and just kind of hear my insight on something. Like a podcast in a way. That's how I see this thing. It's like a podcast, but by myself. So it's weird, but I have you guys to talk with, which is also great. Julian says, I mean, if you're not hard on them, they would not do good. No offense. Exactly, and that's very true. But the thing about that, it's like I was hard on myself. I remember always telling myself that this video wasn't good. I was always kind of doubting myself on the content I made as a kid. I was a kid back then, dude. I was young. And so to be that doubtful really messed me up, mentally, in a mental state. And it really did. But you know what it did? It made me thrive. Like, it gave me this push to want to be better than everyone else, than anyone else. Even the people I worked with. I was like, I want to be better than this editor. I want to be better than this entertainer or this voice guy. So meeting you has probably been one of the greatest things that happened. I really appreciate that. That hit me right here, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. And honestly, I think meeting you guys is definitely a big thing in my life as well, because I see myself in all of you, in every single one of you, in any department that we're in. Because I have access to all the chats, so I'm reading all the chats. And the main one, obviously, I have you guys as my main one. And so, like, just seeing you guys work so hard reminds me of me as a kid. Reminds me of me when I was doing this stuff when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 now. So it's like, it's definitely like looking in the past type shit. You know what I mean? And being able to say the things that I wish someone would have said to me when I started. Someone would have sat me down and would have been like, hey, little boy, like, this is what's shitty about all this stuff that you're going to go through. And I think what's great about it also is that you guys have, it's like, this is like your training wheels in a way. And I hope, this is like one thing I hope, is that you guys stick with it. And you were able to take these lessons that you learned from ThinkableTV and apply them to your own self. That's what I ended up doing. I applied everything I learned from my old YouTube channel, from all Star Wars, from everybody, from social media, from everything, from IG, and took it with me to now, to where I'm at now. So it's all about building yourself, man. It's all about those building blocks that make you the entertainer you want to be, that make you the editor you want to be, or make you the script writer that you want to be. Because that's what it's all about. It really is. Do I have anything else to say? Black Ops 4 is going to be good. I have high hopes for it. The Battle Royale scene, it's not needed, but it is interesting. Oh, no, I'm going to just back out of this game. Yeah, I think that's about it. Unless you guys want to talk in the chat for a little bit, for like 5 minutes, I'm just going to be here. You got me my start on my channel and worked to get me my Elgato. I was streaming the other day, and I thought people only knew me on YouTube because of my Insta, but people said they found me on Explore. That's the start, man. That's where it comes from. It's just these building blocks that you got to take in order to get where you're at, to expand yourself, to be, you know, the ultimate in a way. You know what I mean? To kind of just do the work that you have to do in order to just get to where you're at. And it's tedious, it's stressful, it's sometimes useless, because I felt that way. I remember this one thing. I remember doing a YouTube channel called One Up Gaming, and I think I talked about this in a meeting a little bit. And I was very ambitious about it, and I was like, we're gonna have a video every day. I'm gonna make the videos, I'm gonna edit them, I'm gonna record them, I'm gonna do everything on my own. I'll make a video every day, and it's gonna be something different. You know, like Monday is gonna be this thing, Tuesday is gonna be this thing. It's always gonna be a schedule. So I had that mindset, and I did it for about almost 2 years. And it got somewhere. I got a couple thousand views here and there. But then I had this feeling in my heart where I started to see the decline in viewership, and I felt like giving up. And I gave up. I gave up on that channel. And I remember, dude, it was crazy. Not crazy, but it was like impactful. I remember sitting on my bed, and I was crying, because I felt like everything I did in the past 2 years was a waste. Like, I was like crying to myself, and Edgar comes in the room, my brother, and he's like, what's going on? And I tell him everything. I spill my whole guts about it. Like, I hate it. Like, I feel like I waste my time, and I feel like it was just useless and all that. And the one thing he told me was that everything that I did for the past 2 years was probably the greatest thing I could have done for myself. In that I'm going to take these lessons and expand them on to people in the future, and expand them on to myself as an entertainer. And he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. That guy he's right. He's super right. He really is. It's setting up a schedule good for YouTube. I kind of post and go live whenever I want. I think when you start off, no, it's not good. Not when you start off. You have to build a fan base first. You have to get people familiar with you as a person. And that was my fault. That was where I fucked up in the beginning. I started doing schedules right away. But I realized that, like, let's look at, okay, boom. Think about this. PewDiePie. Let's just talk about this guy, because he's a god already, right? PewDiePie, if you guys ever have a chance, go to his channel and just go all the way to the bottom of his videos. The first couple videos that he's made. You could see that he was just posting randomly. That he was just working on himself randomly, recording randomly when he wanted to, posting whenever he wanted to. And then the traction came. And then the people came. And that is what kind of got him. The recognition that he got was by getting that people first, and then creating a schedule, getting people used to the schedule, playing games that people wanted you to play, and boom. That's what it came down to. So that's what it's about. Julian says, yeah, I think it'd be good to make one. It's good to make one afterwards, you know, once you've gained all that popularity. But it's definitely not something you should do now. All right, guys. That is our stream. I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with us, man. Share this stream out with your friends and get them to watch, and leave a comment and like down below, man. I love your faces. I really do. And we will see you next Friday. Also, a bit plug, if you're people in here have already known, but Red 5 Live on twitch.tv/Red5Live. I'll be on there Monday. Probably playing Fortnite because that's what life has got me to. Anyways, guys, be safe, be smart this weekend. Don't do anything crazy. Have a beer on me. I love you, faces. Be safe. Have a great day. Peace. Mwah.